This video is for those of you who are getting started using video conferencing or trying to create a webinar. I've been asked by a lot of business professionals recently about the accessories they need to purchase to make the most out of their webinar or video call. If you're looking for advice about smartphone accessories, I made another video about what I recommend for those type of videos. So you can watch that video by clicking a link in this post. It'll take you to a blog post I wrote where I'll also include a list of the equipment that you need for your smartphone. Also in that post, you'll find the equipment I'm going to recommend in this video. If you need a little extra help, either choosing the right equipment or knowing exactly how to position your camera so that you look your best, you can book a coaching call with me on that website as well. The first thing to think about is your webcam. Is the camera on your computer currently enough, or do you need to purchase an external camera for some reason? I really like the cameras from Logitech and Microsoft, but for most of you, you want it to be as easy as possible, and the webcam that's already on your computer is probably the best. I'd also invite you to consider your smartphone as a webcam. In most cases, it's actually the best camera you have. It's actually better than most of the webcams out there. Chances are that the software you're using for your webinar or video call actually will work with your smartphone. The microphone is actually better, and it doesn't have a fan that makes noise. The only caveat is if you need to screen share, that may not be possible. Next, let's talk about lighting. One of the most popular lights I see for webinars or video calls is a ring light. My problem with ring lights is they put a little round circle in your eye, and it looks a little weird. If you've got one, don't worry about it, just keep going. But I would recommend getting a square light, and actually the recommendation I'm going to give you in the document on that webpage I mentioned actually has two different lights so that you can have one on each side. Right now I have a light just like this up here, and then I've got a window over here which is balancing it out, so I've got decent lighting in this room. Having two lights will allow you to do the same thing, so if you're recording on a day when maybe it's not quite as bright outside, or if you're in a room that's got direct sunlight. Unfortunately, my office is in shade right now, the window's in shade right now, so that I can have it open and using that nice natural light that's coming in from the window and just supplement it a little bit with this light up here. So I have two microphone recommendations for you. One is this lavalier microphone. It's a wired lavalier microphone. It's got a really long cable, so if I was even further away from my phone right now, I'd still be able to use it. And what's great about it is if you're the kind of person that wants to stand up for your webinar, you can actually move around a little bit. Whereas if you were to use a microphone like this one, you've got to really stay on top of it, because as you move, people will be able to hear that you're moving because your voice will get softer or louder depending on how close you are to the microphone. So the second microphone I'm recommending is a microphone from Blue Yeti, and this is actually not that microphone. This is a much more expensive microphone, just happens to be what we have. This microphone, you actually talk into the front of it. The Blue Yeti microphone I'm recommending, you actually talk into the side of it. This one is about $30 to $40. The one from Blue Yeti is around $130, and you'll find that in the link. My next recommendation is headphones. I'm not a big fan of this look, this Mickey Mouse look. I mean, don't get me wrong, these are great headphones and we use them here for a lot of different things and they have a purpose. But if you're going to add a microphone like this and you're going to be on a call with multiple people, you're probably going to want a set of headphones because you're going to create feedback, especially with a microphone like this. So what I recommend is this set of in-ear monitors from Me. I believe that's how you pronounce the name. And these are actually what a musician would use. So you can see that they're clear, and you simply run them over into your ear, and they've got a bunch of different inserts so it can fit the size of your ear, and the wire actually is formable so it'll bend around your ear. And you put this behind, and I recommend getting an extension cord, because what I found was when I first bought them, this cable that it comes with isn't super long. So I was up against my webcam trying to do a webinar, and so in the document I've recommended either a 6-foot or a 12-foot. Just figure out how much you think you need. It turned out that I only needed 6 feet because I was using the built-in camera on my desktop and didn't need to be that far away. So I'm recording this video on my smartphone, and I'm using a professional app that allows one of our remote directors to set the exposure and focus and help coach me. They can record up to 3 phones at the same time, and they also can display a teleprompter on the screen of my device. If you want to create a video from your office, you want someone to help you and do all the work for you, when you click the link in this post, you can learn more about our remote directed videos. Remote directed videos actually are 80% of the cost of a regular video. They're great for a lot of different things. My favorite use of them is to get testimonials. If you've got a customer who's not able to come to your office, or you want to get a shot from their office, or for some other reason they're not able to come to you, to have someone be able to coach them remotely, to make sure you're getting the information they need, to make sure that they look good on camera, is very important. And it's funny, even as simple as it is to record a video on a smartphone, I've got many smartphone videos back from clients who said, oh yeah, we'll do it ourselves and it looks terrible. So this solves that problem. So if you want to learn more about remote directed video, click the link in this post. Here are a few other tips I have for you that will help you look your best on your next webinar or video call. Don't get lost in the equipment. I know I just talked about a few things that you should have. Really get started. That's the biggest thing. But don't be a distraction. Make sure your camera isn't looking up your nose. As we get older, camera elevation is our friend. So make sure your camera is a little higher than your eye level so that it's a little more flattering. Pay attention to the background. Put something behind you besides a blank wall. It's the little things that make a difference. Make sure you look at the camera because it'll make people think that you're actually talking right to them. And finally, make sure you test everything before you go live. If you want to learn more about all this, view my blog post by clicking the link in this post, and I'll see you in the next video.